What's going on, good people? So, listen, I wanted to have hopefully, an intimate, meaningful conversation about just some of the thoughts that I've been kind of going over. Over the last few months, I've taken the initiative to read a little bit more than I've ever read before. If you have followed me, you know that I'm an avid reader. I'm also a writer, so I enjoyed the whole learning process and just being a continuous student in regards to learning new information, and just self-developing myself. But there comes a point where, as we look at everything that's happening politically, and you see some of the black leaders that are coming out that are speaking in support of Kamala Harris, there is a certain reservation held in me, knowing that certain people that I love will be voting for her and support her. And it feels lonely, and I give you more context on why that feels. You know, for someone who grew up in a black community, who absolutely loves the black community and want to see black people advance, who loves black women in regards to wanting to see them succeed in life in all the things that they aspire to accomplish and believe that they can do and accomplish anything in the world, including being a president of the United States of America. It's tough being in a predicament where I don't feel like I'm aligned with the majority of black people within my community. I have to fight to be able to have those conversations, to exist in those spaces, to even collaborate. And it's just very nasty work to exist in this political sphere and not feel some kind of way. You know, we have built ourselves not to we've built ourselves strong enough to say that we don't care what anyone thinks. It's just about my thought process. And we live in an era now where everyone literally wants to be right. Like, they literally believe that they're right. I believe that I'm right, you believe that you're right, everyone believes they're right. The only way that I can unpack and try to self-develop or redevelop or relearn is to try to find common ground in regards to why people feel the way that they feel. And in doing this and unpacking this and reading more and studying more deeply about psychology, deeply more into politics, movements, community, some of the greatest leaders or perceived greatest leaders that have existed, the Constitution, all these different things from religion, it's brought me to a place you know, of just having a very unified way of looking at things. I believe that we were all inside of a trick bag. We were all meant to be partners. We were meant to be not necessarily equal in all things, but equal in fairness, equal in civility, equal in respect, but more importantly, equal in opportunity. And that's the biggest gap that has plagued this particular country, the gap in opportunity. And with the rise of social media and everyone having a voice and voicing opinions and being intentional with misinformation, being intentional with being um, egregious and being irresponsible with their language, um, we are now in a place where it's just really hard to judge what the future is going to look like. So I come to a place right now. I was listening to Barack Obama speak. I was listening to another real estate individual speak. I was listening to, I think, John Bryant speak. I was listening to the Earn Your Leisure guys. I see Fat Joe doing things. I see, um, what's his name? So see so many celebrities support, Kamala Harris. You got Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage for a presidential candidate, and then they want us, and then they want us to take it to be so serious about when it comes to Donald Trump, like he shouldn't a joke or he should take it serious. But is that a version of taking it serious by having a music artist twerking on stage? And is that the reason why people even showed up? Is what you should ask yourself. So I'm just at a place right now where I'm going to do what I want to do in regards to who I'm going to vote for, but I'm really going to pull back on just receiving all the hate and taking it in a certain type of way. I think it's more beneficial to go back to the notion of I don't care what anyone thinks about me being a conservative, being a Republican, voting for Donald Trump, because at the end of the day, my viewpoint is simple. And Barack Obama, it's not about me being a black man that's sexist, that doesn't want to support or see a woman president or a woman black president. My reservation is with I am tired of seeing the same type of individuals over and over again. Well, Major, what does that mean? That means that career politicians and career employees. Kamala Harris represents a career employee, someone who has always had to answer to someone who's always had a boss, and someone who's always had to walk lock in step based upon the directives this person was given. Now, fast forward to someone like Donald Trump is a wild card. And in life, sometimes when you have a construction site, if you show up with a toothbrush, that's not going to get the job done. You have to show up with a hammer. You have to show up with a tractor. You have to show up with the appropriate tools to effectively and efficiently get the job done. When I ran for governor of California, one of the many sentiments I used to share is that I would have voted for an electrician or a plumber over any of the candidates, including the current governor, Governor Gavin Newsom. And people would be like, "Why would you say that, Major?" Well, it's because I know the characteristics and the habits of those types of individuals. When they go and do a job, they are accustomed, mindset wise, to go in and to get it done and leave. They're actually there to complete the work. And the reason why is because they know from accountability standpoint, they don't get paid unless the job is done, and also if the job is done well. Politicians are playing with our money. They're playing with house money. They don't have the gut feeling. They don't have the gut loss. They don't feel that sense of loss when things don't go right, when tons of money has been spent from our hard earned tax dollars. That's just an absolute fact. I want to support someone who has dealt with loss, with lawsuits that can be a perceived felon, with bankrupts, with ups and downs. Why is that, Major? It's because that's life. When you are successful in life or striving to become successful at life, the one variable that we've all been told is that success is not an easy road. Success isn't for everyone. The top 1%, the top 5%, the top 10% isn't for everyone. It's because everyone isn't able or willing to do everything that it takes, including self develop themselves and change their perspective and mindset in order to not only get there in that successful circle, but to remain there and sustain due to discipline, due to consistency, due to just hard nosed stubborn work, refusing to quit, and understanding that even when you take a loss, it's a temporary situation, it's temporary defeat. It's not finality, it's not over. It's an opportunity to learn, it's not a loss. It may feel like it, but it's temporary, and it's all about what you decide to do with it. And so, while I will be voting for Donald Trump, I believe that the byproduct of a person like him, his personality being in office, is going to warrant success for our country by default. If our economy does well, if our relationships are intact globally, our state has a great opportunity to come back in full alignment, also get out of wars, really pay attention to housing, pay attention to everything that's happening in our state and all the injustices. That's what's most important. Having an outsider that's willing to fight beyond just stepping up and tweeting about it, someone that has a track record of being in that office and bringing an entire wrecking ball to the White House. So I just want to say that because People keep saying, like, why are you not voting for the black woman? And I'm not going to get into all the if she's black. I don't like that type of stuff. I don't like when people talk about Michelle Obama and talk, I don't like disrespect on either side. So I'm not that guy. I block people, I delete people, I restrict people. I'm not that type of individual. I don't care about the gossipy BS of what people want to do in these social spaces. Most people who do that are cowards, first of all. It don't matter what side you're on. Most people who do that are cowards. So I don't appreciate that. I don't like it in my circle. I'm about positivity. You could do it. I have no judgment to you, even though I just said I think most people like that are cowards. But it just does nothing. I don't get anything from seeing it. I don't get anything from trying to do it to other people. I just don't believe that she's qualified and she's the right person for now because she has the degrees, and that doesn't automatically make you qualified in a leadership role. I hope you guys understand that. Every time someone tries to defend her existence as a presidential candidate, which she did not earn, she got blown out when she actually ran for office. She actually got destroyed on the debate stage. And she also tanks and bombs in interviews, and she can't go off the cuff answering detailed questions when it comes to policy, her plans, or just very basic, simple stuff, trying to tell a story and invoke her inner Obama ness or something. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it's just not for me, and it's not for America.